I've been getting a couple of requests on making a video on where to set your take profit levels and stop loss levels in a trade. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to set your take profit levels and stop loss levels. And I'll be using a demo account for this. So stay to the end of the video to get every detail on this and understand this properly. So whenever we want to set our take profit levels and stop loss levels, let's say we have analyzed the markets, identified our levels and zones, and spotted our trade levels. Let's say I want to take the sales from this particular zone, from this particular point. I want to take the sales from this zone. Where should our stop loss level be at this particular point? So we are taking our trade basically, clicking on this icon, this top left icon at this point. The minimum loss size on V50 index is straight. So we'll be using the minimum loss size for this. We click our sell. We sold at this point. We're taking our sales at this point. So where should our stop loss level be? What you simply do is click on your trade you took. MetaTrader 5 has made it easy to set take profit and stop loss levels in a trade. So you don't have to start copying these numbers, these price numbers, and inputting it at this point. This thing is a long process of doing stuff like this. What you just do is click on the trade you took. You see this thing appeared at this point. You had this thing appeared at this zone, this close, stop loss, and take profits. Click on the stop loss point. Then you can move your stop loss at this zone. Click on it again, sorry. Stop loss point, move your stop loss at this zone. Then click on this arrow pointing at this point, this arrow at this zone. Click on this arrow to set it up, modify. So you have set our stop loss levels, and this is the right place to set in your stop loss because the market could push to the upside to come test this level of resistance. Having a stop loss at this point, at this last swing highs, you're likely to get stopped out on a little retracement to the upside. The market might push to this zone, testing this level of resistance you identified at this point, then would continue to its original direction and would now go your way after stopping you out on a little retracement. So having a stop loss level above this key zone, above this level of resistance, it's an ideal place to placing your stop loss. And when setting your stop loss levels, make sure you have calculated your risk and you've known how much you're willing to risk in the trade. Calculate it with do your calculations from your entry point to your stop loss level. Make sure you're comfortable with the risk. So how do we set our take profit levels? It's advisable to have multiple take profit levels. Let's say we're taking another trade again. Let's say we're taking another sell again. I took another sell at this point and the same stop loss. Place the same two at that same point. Now we have our stop loss at the same point, at the same level. It's so easy to set stop loss and take profit levels. We've placed our stop loss at this point. Then our take profit levels will be at this zone. Our first TP will basically be at this last swing low. Our first tip will be at this swing low, take profit levels will be at this last swing low. Modify, click on the arrow, then you modify. Our first TP here, then our second TP would be at this last swing low. Okay, let's say we took another sell. Basically, let's take another sell. Now you have three positions. You have three positions at the moment. Our stop loss, the same point, the same place. You have three positions with the same stop loss. Then our TP level, our second TP. Remember, we have set our first TP. Our second TP will be at this point, this last swing low. This second last swing low. We've modified it. So why did we set our first TP at this point and our second TP at this price level? Because we've seen that we had this last swing low and the market is likely to react from this point on a retracement to this zone. We've seen how the market came to this point and pushed to the upside. So there's a possibility of the market selling to this same level and giving us a reversal to the upside. So having your first TP at this point is reasonable enough because the market is likely to push to this point, then take you out in profit before the reversal to the upside. So your first TP at this point, the second TP at this zone, because we've seen how the market reacted at this point. There was a retracement at this zone before they moved to the upside. So there's still a possibility of the market selling to this point before retracing back to the upside. So your second TP at this point and your third TP at this zone, click on the TP, then you click this arrow at this point, click on this arrow here, then click on modify. So we've gotten our first TP here, our second TP, and our third TP with the same stop loss level. Even if the market is to retrace to the upside to give us a little retracement, it's likely to sell back to the downside on a test of this resistance level identified at this point. It's likely to sell back to the downside on a test of this resistance level because we see how the market sold from here, sold from here. So this is the right place to have your stop loss level. Work alongside with the zones of the market, those swing highs and swing lows, and set your take profit levels according to the last place the market pushed to before reversal. So that's how to set your take profit levels and stop loss levels in a trade. Let's check out for another index. Let's check the 101S index and see. Okay, let's say we want to buy this index from this point. We want to buy 101S index from this zone. We want to take the buys from this current point. We've seen we got this bullish engulfing candle, and we've seen the market trend. The market is pushing to the upside, creating higher highs and higher lows. Okay, let's say we want to take the buys at this point. Where should our stop loss level be? Okay, let's check the minimum lot size. To check the minimum lot size on a trade, tap on your screen, click on trade. Remember, we first had a trade on V50 index, and the minimum lot size is 3. The minimum lot size on volatility indexes are not the same like the forex market, where we have 0.01 lot size as the minimum lot size for all forex pairs. But on the synthetic indices market, we have different lot sizes. So when we click on the lot size, you kind of clear it with this button at this point. This X I'm tapping on my screen. Then go back to this point. You click on this arrow at the top left corner. This pointed arrow at this point. Click on it. Then click on trade again. We've seen it has come back to 0.2. That's the minimum lot size. So being able to do this and take note of this would help you know the minimum lot size on all volatility indexes. Don't make the mistake of using the same lot size you used on the other index, because you're using a higher lot size that didn't match up with your risk. So this is the minimum lot size on V101S index, 0.2. So it has come back to 0.2. So let's click on this icon again. So it has come to 0.2, no longer 3 lot size. So let's say we want to buy this index. Click on buy at this point, the buy icon. Our stop loss should be below this swing low at this point, this last swing low, and you click on the arrow at this point, click on modify. You have set our stop loss level, and our TP level would be at this point. Let's take another trade again, another buy, then the same stop loss points. Move your arrow, then click on this arrow at this point, this left icon, this arrow pointing at this point, click on it, modify. Now we've got 2 trades with the same stop loss levels. Our first TP will be at this point. Our first TP will be at this point, basically. Our first TP will be here. You've seen the market reaction at this point. The market pushed to the upside before selling to the downside. So there's a possibility of the market pushing to this same level and reacting as this one. So this is our first TP. And our second TP will be at this point. Tap on the trade you took again. Click on TP. Then move your TP, this green line, move it to the upside. So this is our second TP point. Click on the arrow at this point. Click on modify. So we have set our first TP and our second TP with the same stop loss level. So that's how to set your take profit levels and stop loss levels in a trade. And I also showed you guys how to know the minimum lot size on any index. Like this is the 101S index. The minimum lot size is 0.2. Let's check another index. Let's check the 75 index. Okay, let's say I want to trade the 75 index. The minimum lot size is 0.2, which is very risky. So click on the trade, click on trade, then you see 0.200. That's a very high lot size on 75 index. So using the same lot size used on the other index is very risky on trading synthetic indices. So just click on this X at this point, clear this, click on this arrow, go back, tap on trade again. That's come to the lowest lot size, 0.001. So that's it basically. That's how easy it can be to setting your stop loss levels and take profit levels, as well as knowing the minimum lot size to use on synthetic indices. So smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And to my returning viewers, I appreciate your support for listening and engaging in my videos. It really means a lot, guys. Let's do more and do have a wonderful day. Peace.